Have you seen it?
Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing and to another video where today you join me, or I'm in London. We're just about to depart. We're about to have an awesome day out, and it's going to be really cool because as you may be aware, as you may not be aware, I moved back from the countryside back to London, and this is the subject of today's video as well. We're inside the car park at the moment, and it does look really good under the lights. It's actually had a mega clean on it. There's more to come with someone who I partnered up with, and yeah, that is all to come shortly, but it is looking ridiculous. I get a chance to talk about the future of RS6s basically and where they are going. This one is the first of the new model, and everyone's always been like, there's going to be another one coming, there's going to be another one coming. Well, we're going to talk a little bit further about that in today's video because you're pretty right. There is going to be something that's going to be coming, and yeah, what's going to happen with these ones in terms of prices, what's the new one going to be like, well, that's all to be discussed. But it would be a shame if we lost the noise, the excitement of this one, because it's just, they're good, aren't they? And they look amazing as well. So like I say, I knew that was going to happen because basically with the front of this car, when I put it alongside the new Audi RS3, which obviously, as you are aware, that is coming very, very shortly, the grille started to look a little bit outdated. Let's jump in. Let's go for a drive. Let's go into London. Let's have a good day. But honestly, that is the best looking car I've ever owned by a long, long way. It just, the presence of that, I can't get over it. I don't know what else you'd have out there than one of these. Well, you can decide in this video, I guess. But I've still got the bike in there. Anyway, let's jump in. Oh yes. How can we lose the noise? How can we lose that noise? It's stock as well. Just that little app I've got. And it still sounds good. It's not quiet. That is just with the mod that I have on my phone, which basically is controlled by Bluetooth, and then it all happens on there. I've got my camera, Paul. Hello. How are we? Just have a cheese. Just stop. Just stop for a meal deal.
And some fuel.
And some. No, there's no fuel. Can't afford that.
Do you know what I know?
What?
Look how neat that is. Exactly 20 quid. I know that that's not you.
No, because I put 5 in.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. We're just heading out to Sloane Street because we're going to go car spotting.
We're not going to Sloane Street.
Where are we going then?
I think Knightsbridge now is pretty dead to cars. We're going to pay for it.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
So I have to pay the congestion charge?
I'll pay your congestion charge.
Here we go, we're inside the Audi RS6 Pull. Welcome.
Thanks.
We have my bike in the back.
Do you know what?
We have my race helmet in the back.
You're probably the only person that's using an RS6 properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is actually really impressive.
It is a bike.
Normally you have to dismantle the bike.
Or usually I have to live in it because it's so expensive.
Actually, yeah. Surprisingly, it looks like you're home.
Welcome home, everybody. And we're going to have a bit of discussion. Is the Audi RS6, which is being this one, obviously we had the one before, then we got this one. The one
and you had the one before that.
And then the one before that. But the one before this one, 2 models, and they had a performance. This one is obviously, you know, just an Audi RS6.
Just a basic.
This is a basic.
Basic.
This
Audi RS6.
It is basic.
So you would assume.
But before you go any further, when we put this up against an Audi RSQ8, this got destroyed, and that is because that probably had what is called the sort of upgraded engine, the RSQ8.
The RSQ8 is the fastest SUV around the Nürburgring. Did you know that?
No, I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. I just told you that.
Yes, I did.
How would you have known that?
Because I know! Well, how would I not know that? Rumours around what's going to happen next with this being... There's something happening this year. Definitely.
Have you bought a third one?
No. I've not bought a third one. There is something happening this year, and that is either 2 things. But I know where it's leaning towards.
Okay.
Performance, so it has a bit more power and has the new grille like the Audi RS3. That sort of dip down grille.
Yeah.
Because
would they do that big of a facelift on this car for the performance? Because let's remember, the RS6 performance on the old model was only headlights and wheels.
It's kind of been sponsored by Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com is the premier men's grooming brand. And are we ready for an out of this world experience? Well, look no further, because we have the Performance Package 4.0. We have the Weed Whacker, which I've spoken to you guys about a few times.
Nose and ear trimmer comes with skin safe technology.
You need to join the 2 million other men who trust Manscaped and get started. And what you can do, I love giving you guys a discount, I really, really do, and you need to head to manscaped.com. You will get 20% off, you will get free international shipping, and you will not only get 1 free gift, you will get 2 free gifts when you use my code, which is on the screen just here. You won't regret it. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
Audi RS6 E-tron, right?
Whoa. Really? This year?
And now I should tell people what you've got in your hand. You've got my phone in your hand.
Your mobile phone with the Safari app.
With what, Autocar? I think Autocar, well, I know they are a very reliable source, funny enough.
They are, I do enjoy their website.
And they did an article talking about our Audi RS6 E-tron.
From November the 16th, 2021.
Yeah.
So it's been out a while, this rumour.
Uh-huh.
So maybe they are going to.
But there are a few more articles that are slowly coming out, yeah.
So maybe they are thinking, if it's coming out in November 2021, maybe they are thinking.
I'm telling you, what does the article tell you?
The title is Audi RS6 E-tron due as 600 brake horsepower EV performance estate.
So thank you very much. There you go.
You did just hand me the phone and say don't read it until the camera's rolling. So that's exactly. This is the first time that I've seen it.
Yeah, it is actually.
So the V10 engine C5 generation came out in 2002, and then obviously they brought it into V8.
Yeah.
And now we've got a twin turbo V8. The RS6 E-tron could well be launched at the same time as the standard A6 E-tron in 2023. Did you read that far past it down in the article?
So yes, but they
following the example set by the E-tron GT and RS E-tron GT, which by the way is a phenomenal car. I've driven it up in Scotland. It's kind of like a more Grand Tourer version of the Taycan, using the Taycan platform.
So will they announce it this year, the E-tron, or do you think they're going to announce the performance model this year and then the E-tron? They're not going to do two in 2 years.
You don't think they'll do performance this year and then
E-tron next year?
What was that?
I just ran over a drain, don't worry.
So they're basically saying that the A6 E-tron is coming in 2023.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll launch it. I don't think they'll launch an RS6 E-tron at the same time.
But it's coming.
Because this is still fundamentally quite a new...
It's quite a new car, but the performance, I think the performance will be first. And that will have it'll just be quicker in general.
It's literally a remake.
Facelifted lights. What else is it going to have? It's going to have more power.
It's normally headlights, taillights, wheels. And I actually spoke to an Audi designer when I was in Chile for the Q8 launch.
Yeah. And
they said designers actually hate doing facelifts because it's much harder to work with small little components on the car to make it look better. They much rather starting on a blank canvas and basically designing a car from scratch
again. Yeah.
So how do you make this car look better than it already is? Because it is a really good looking and aggressive car on the road with loads of road presence. So that's why they normally stick to headlights, tail lights, maybe a new grille design. I wouldn't say they would go as far as
it will look newer.
Yeah, it will look newer, and not that it's going to make this car in particular stand out and date it. It will just make the older generation of RS6 look even older. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Because if you take the previous generation of the RS6, it's quite difficult to tell whether one's a performance or whether one's just a standard RS6 Avant.
That's very true. I don't really, unless you have the wheels. And that
unless you have the wheels.
And it was the wheels that sort of
gave it away.
Gave it away.
Yeah.
So that is probably what's going to happen. But interesting fact is, what is going to happen? Let's say the next Audi RS6 is a performance. Let's say that is it. That is it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the depressing fact is there won't be another one.
Do you know what's interesting though? Is Audi are going after the full electric platform, right?
Yeah.
So they're saying that the RS6 E-tron and A6 E-tron will join the E-tron GT and RS E-tron GT. Mercedes have just bought out a hybrid AMG GT63. It's called the AMG GT63.
Which is in the same bracket as its car.
It's kind of in the same bracket, more like RS7. It's literally identical to an RS7.
Yeah.
But that has got like 1,400 Newton meters of torque, around 850 brake horsepower, which would make sense to apply the hybrid technology to a performance car like this. Whereas an electric car wouldn't necessarily, because Autocar is saying this is going to have, the electric RS6 is going to have 600 brake. What's the point?
Well, yeah.
If Mercedes are producing a hybrid that gives petrol heads more enjoyment out of driving it, because there's still fundamentally an internal combustion engine up front, and it's 250 brake horsepower more.
But their e-tron has been such a success that they definitely will do it again. They're going to do it the RS6 version. If you look at Porsche, the Gran Turismo,
I think they should do a hybrid RS6.
That would be good. I would sign up for that,
because I think you'd get more. Obviously, you'd get more range, but you'd get way more performance than just pure electric.
I'd 100% sign up for that. I don't think
You wouldn't go fully electric, not on an RS6.
I just wouldn't.
No.
I'm a purist. I'm a purist motorist.
You're an ex-motor racer and a pure petrol head. I'm looking at the photos here, and this is probably when you can put them in.
Yes, you can overlay them.
See, I think that is just what the A6 E-tron is going to look like. If you consider how futuristic you can go with the design of an EV over a normal car, right?
Yeah.
That should just be what the A6 looks like. Obviously, that's a concept, so it's never going to.
No, it's a concept. So you know,
but
yeah.
I think you can make the A6 E-tron look super futuristic.
An A6 I'm fine with, just RS6 I just feel a little bit uneasy the fact if that's going to be
yeah, I'm not ready to give up on RS6 with a
But what I do think is the next model that they do, but if it's being before, if there is in between the e-tron, which is coming, if there is in one between, then I think that is going to be the last. There's not going to be another one.
Okay, so let me ask the question.
Okay.
If they do an RS6 performance at the end of this year for delivery,
something's happening this year. I know from an insight in someone at Audi, something is coming this year.
Okay, so would you order an Audi RS6 performance for delivery 2023?
100%.
You would? You heard it here first.
I would, yeah.
Don't let him not order it.
Yeah, I would,
Spend his money.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in 2023, let's say Geneva Motor Show 2023, if that's still even going to be a thing.
Yeah.
They launch RS6, I don't know, an ERS6, let's say, that's a hybrid.
Yeah.
Would you order that? Or do you believe that the performance is going to be the last?
I just think it's going to be the last.
Do you?
Yeah.
Reading this going, a 600 brake horsepower electric RS6. And then I went, how much brake horsepower has this car got? And Archie just went, you tell me. And then I was like, Google.
But anyway, that's basically it. That we're sharing the news. Sharing the news. It's something.
Sharing the news. Do your own research as well. Have a look to see whether there's any articles out there that give us more information on whether it's RS6 performance coming this year.
I want to know what's coming this year.
Or whether it's, yeah, I mean, you've been an RS6 champion for a long time. I've obviously enjoyed this model, but have always looked on Auto Trader at the previous generation, because I think that is monstrous brute. And actually on the road today, yes, you can tell that it's the old model, but they still look good.
The old model still, you spot it from a mile away.
Yeah.
And the prices of these are holding like incredibly well.
Yeah.
This is still exactly the same price as what I bought it for.
Bentley Mulsanne with the number plate PW.
There you go.
Yeah.
Paul Wallace and his Bentley Mulsanne.
Hello there.
These are still holding money.
Yeah.
If you could get hold of an RS6 new and you got an order in one, I think you could drive it around for a year and not lose any money.
Yeah.
In today's market.
If you pay list it.
If you pay list.
Yeah.
The e-tron's over the internet, but the performance will be coming. So you just wait. It's going to drop and you're going to see it. And you heard it here first.
Have you seen it?
Maybe.
No, you haven't. no way that you've seen it. There's
How do you
no
know?
way.
How would you know?
I know, I know, because you tell me every hour of every day what you're doing for the next 5
And if I
days.
saw an RS6 performance, you'd know.
We've just jumped out after that little discussion. We got the green crew, green crew.
I've seen this car many a time.
Have you actually?
This is a proper green.
Paul keeps on telling me that Archie, you got the wrong, even though he doesn't care what the green stands for. The heartless man. But he said that's the worst colour. What a shit idea. He says my car looks chrome green. I'm not having it.
Look, hold on, give me the camera. I'll show people where it looks chrome green.
Go on then.
Ah, it looks really good on this camera.
Don't show them that. It's fine.
No.
It's not chrome. That is a good colour.
Do you know what? On the camera, it does look good. And do you know when it actually looks...
It's actually getting a bit distorted, the old wrap.
When the sun isn't on it, is when it looks its best.
Thank you. Thank you. Green crew. Like that is probably more the shade I was going for.
See, there you go. You heard it here from the horse's mouth that you got the wrong colour.
Don't call me a horse. Anyway, that's the Dream 2 Car Garage. RS6 for the day, this for the weekend.
What about that colour?
Where? Oh yeah. Okay, we've just come across this. We've just been car spotting. We love a bit.
Roof.
Carbon roof.
And it's got a parking ticket.
GT3 with a parking ticket. So it can't actually park there. Hopefully my car doesn't get a parking ticket as well. But just cool to see them on the road actually. Cool to actually see GT3s out and about on the road. And it does look amazing. That's like my favourite spec actually. That is lovely. Very, very cool to see. Love the rear diffuser. Love the crayon. They're just a bit of me. We're going to obviously be seeing so much more of them. But it just looks so flipping good, doesn't it? Cannot wait to actually drive one in anger. But yeah, we're all parked up, as well as the GT3. So I've just parked up the Audi RS6 and what an awesome day out in London. It's really cool just to be back here and having all of that content on my doorstep in terms of the cars. The summer's going to be amazing. I'm going to be out there loads, capturing so much content. Oh yeah, I really can't wait for it. So buzzing for that. And yeah, interesting little chat. Good to catch up with Paul, but an interesting chat in terms of talking about the future of the Audi RS6 and what's going to happen, because obviously it is the flagship car. This is the one everyone always talks about, everyone wants. This is the one holding great value. They're fast, they're not good on fuel, but they do everything and they're just the best. They're the best, and I really, really hope that we're hybrid. I would buy one, I think. I'm pretty sure. Performance, I'd probably buy one as well. But full E-tron, I think for me it takes a little bit away the pure sound. That's what it's all about with this RS6, an all-electric RS6. As long as there's a performance, I'm all right, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like I say, I have heard rumours, that's not me just making it up, that there is something coming this year. Is it the performance? Is it the E-tron? I'm not sure, but I know something's happening. And yeah, if it's the performance, my overriding feeling is that's going to be the last one. If it's the E-tron, then this is the last one in terms of, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I want to know your thoughts as well. Get them in the comments section down below. I hope you've enjoyed the video. There's lots coming up. Lots of cars to collect. 2 cars to collect in the next 2 weeks. Joining the garage. It's going to be fun. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all very soon.